Jay.
It's Riu.
Oh my god, I guess it's Pega.
I'm Pega.
No, I'm Pega.
No, Jay, Pega's Pega.
Oh, my bad.
Jay, you can't just be everyone, okay? Not your Leo coming out. You can't just start saying fetch. Fetch is not gonna be a thing.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, when are we gonna have Mean Girls night?
I don't know actually.
I don't know.
We've been wanting to watch so many movies.
We talked about what was it, Jay? The Mean Girls Broadway thing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. This weekend we're doing Doctor Strange.
Yes.
The new Doctor
And the
Strange.
Multiverse of Madness.
Yes, on Saturday.
No, not the Saturday.
No, you're
Aww,
gonna
do you have
miss
something to do
it.
Saturday?
I'm busy Saturday. Well,
Have you seen it?
No.
Aww.
I've seen nothing after.
Okay, what about
Endgame?
What about Sunday then? Do you want to watch it on Sunday?
We could watch
do like
reruns.
Sunday during the day?
Free Sunday.
Huh?
I'm free Sunday.
Okay, Riu, are you free Sunday?
I could ask Bernard because Sunday's me and Bernard day. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cute.
So I can ask him if he wants to.
Okay.
Oh,
Just ask him, and it'll just be for the movie.
Yeah. If anything, if he watched it, like we'll still watch it on Saturday, and then if he wants to watch it again, we'll watch it on Sunday. Like we'll just do two separate days. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like that would work out, right? Opposed?
Yeah. I mean that's fine.
Works out.
That's cool.
No, because I just finished watching WandaVision. Because I didn't want to watch the new movie when I know Wanda's in there, and it's after the WandaVision series. So I wanted to finish that first.
I haven't watched any of the Disney Plus shows.
I'll rewatch WandaVision with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna
Like-
rewatch it anyways.
Here's the thing. I have select interest in the Marvel stuff now. After Endgame is when it the story kind of that's when it ended for me. You know.
Right. It was like an end of an era kind of.
Yeah.
Thing.
So it's
I feel that.
I think the first Iron Man movie came out in 2008. It's been 14 years of Marvel movies.
Oh
So
my
what you're
god.
saying, Pega, is you're a Marvel boomer.
Okay, yes, but also technically I'm the youngest one here. So
Pega's a boomer.
Pega's a boomer.
Marvel boomer.
Marvel boomer.
How do I always, no matter what group I'm in, how do I always end up getting called boomer?
It's an Aquarius thing.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Not the birthday racism.
Oh my god. No, not the ism.
No, I'm just kidding. It's
No, I know.
Oh my god, no, you're.
Will we call it birthism?
You're an Aquarius.
I'm not calling it birdism.
Birthism.
Oh,
Birdism.
I thought you called it birdism. I'm like, no, we're not calling
not-
it.
What
that.
does birds have to do with being a boomer,
Yeah.
huh?
I didn't say bird. I said Bert.
Oh,
Birds?
Bert.
Bird? My gun? Vandals?
Did you hear the at the end?
I thought you were doing that page
Ism.
thing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. On this page.
Yeah, so, I think the first thing I want to talk about, I don't want to be this series of events, but I do want to thing is say, because it feels like everyone's doing a fucking podcast, you know.
That's true.
But it's also everyone's doing YouTube and everyone's doing Twitter and everyone's doing Twitch and everyone's on the internet. So why does it matter if we got one more voice?
Right,
You know?
exactly. And some people think that oh, it's a podcast, just another, group of people talking. Some people have their different niches and stuff. Like here we have a gay, a trans, and a pan. Easy peasy. Boom. Done so. You have all the colors of the LGBT, almost. I mean, yes, mama. So I feel like if you're gay, this is the podcast for you. Insert insert ad. Dun 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 dun.
If you are a gay,
Yeah.
Hi, are you a gay?
Oh my god.
Introducing JPR.
JPR.
I think that's cute.
JPR sounds like some weird conservative talk show.
Yeah.
Let's not
I was
call
gonna
it JPR.
I was gonna call it like a weird Filipino like talk show.
Oh.
Hi, welcome back to JPR.
Oh, the only thing. The only.
I'm so sorry.
You're fine. So, Rio, I don't know how much I've talked about this, but like, my mom's best friend, like, is Filipino, right? Like, I grew up around, like, a lot of, like a mixed group of people, but a lot of Filipinos.
That's hot. Love that for you.
And I find it so funny that even in my content creation, like career, I'm surrounded by a lot of Filipinos.
My mom just walked in. I'm so sorry. Speaking of Filipinos. But yes, continue. Yes, many Filipinos.
It's just funny because like it just happened, like it naturally happened that way.
I know a lot of Filipinos who like coming out from the Philippines. They literally like, okay, so I love the Philippines. Okay, I have a lot of family who lives in the Philippines. Whenever I go by, it's always a treat. It's always like my family just loves us and stuff like that. And like, dude, it's like a dream because like all they do is just tend to you and cook you food because you're the visitor. Like the hospitality is insane over there. Like I love it when I go over there all the time. But here's the thing: the weather's ass. Okay. One day it would be sunny, hot, and humid, and the next minute it would be a fucking tornado. Like I'm not even joking. Like one time, like literally, I was doing my homework outside, and it was a sunny day. Okay, running around my homework. I just hear my auntie scream, "Get the laundry! Go get the laundry!" I'm like, "What's going on? What's happening?" I'm grabbing the laundry, right? Literally, like as I'm entering back into the house with like hands full of laundry. Like it's bigger, it's taller than my face. Okay, like it's almost as tall as me. I enter the door, all you hear is thunder and rain immediately. I was like, dude, how the fuck did you know that? She's like, hey, language. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm really there's just a lot going on right now.
Like
how did you know?
I'm getting
just live here,
overwhelmed.
you just know.
I'm getting overwhelmed. Like, can we relax? So
that's
I can
fine.
understand?
That's fine. Okay. This okay. Love the hospitality. Never want to go back though. So, a lot of Filipinos, when they have the chance to leave anywhere, whether it's America, Canada, Europe, anywhere, they will. You know, if it's like my dad like was gonna live in like a horrible like apartment when he moved over here, but he's like, screw it, let's just do it because we have to get out from the Philippines. You know what I mean? And my dad loves it there. He loves it now because like now he could like just live his dream, not having to work and stuff like that, and just live in the Philippines. That's totally fine. But back then, when you had to work over there and live there, oh my god, it was like hell for my family. Yeah, so being the first generation American Filipino here, I love the Philippines. I'd rather live here though. I'd probably retire there. Honestly, I'd probably like because like I think like a McDouble over there is like 10 pesos, and 10 pesos is like I think if like you I don't know, it's like maybe like 30 cents. I think I don't know the I'm gonna look at them. 10 Filipino pesos. 18 cents.
Damn.
A McDonald's. That's I could live young. Live in the
Yeah, cutting out a bit.
I'm good. Speaking of internet, my internet sucks ass. Okay, I'll let someone else talk.
You're fine. No, I just like I get self-conscious sometimes when I'm like, am I adding my voice in oversaturated thing? Because there's a lot of people that like their first response when someone fucks up is, we don't need to add another voice. It's like, well, like why are there so many people talking like da da da? It's like, okay, there is some truth to that, but like a lot of people that you're referring to are people that wait until they fuck up to like figure out how they should go about doing things.
What were you talking about? Sorry, what?
Oh no, a lot of people when they like, it's the whole thing of people waiting until people fuck up to say, oh, like why is there so many people talking, like why is there so many voices, like why are we giving like so many people the mic, sort of thing. And like I get anxiety from that, but it's also like there's this thing where, especially content creators, where there's no reflection until they're forced to reflect. And it's not just content creators, it's also like big companies. Like how many times, for example, with airlines, how many times do airlines like there's lives lost for them to actually change shit?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like how many times do people have to like how many disabled people's wheelchairs have to get destroyed for airlines to actually change shit, you know?
Right.
And it's like it's a societal issue where it's like, okay, it's not affecting a big enough people now.
Yeah.
Not a big enough amount of people are caring, so let's not do anything about it. No. I feel like we shouldn't wait until things snowball to decide to take action.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think it's just like not enough people are affected. I think it's not the right people are affected. Because there's a very, very large number of people that are affected by every type of ism you can think about. And things don't change because look who's in power.
Yeah.
That's why. It's not that their number isn't what they're looking for. It's who is affected.
Right.
And they don't care.
It's also not just about who's in power. It's about like the system, how the system's run. Because you could have like the most progressive, like I was about to say a thing,
but that person is still part of that system, so they're not going to change anything because they're still part of the system. So
it gets to a point where you kind of have to like say, okay, when do we restart the stuff? You know,
right?
When you completely restart everything, just erase everything.
And it's
that's
like,
lovely.
If you look at my old Discord, right? I'm gonna go from the macro to the micro scale. If you look at my old Discord, sure, I had tons of people in it, right? But at any one time, there was maybe 15, 20 people that were like coming in, going, but they were never in at the same time. So I got to a point where I was like, okay, let's restart, fresh slate. I'll send an olive branch to anyone who not an olive branch, that's bad wording. I'll extend like open invite to anyone who wants to join the new one. If no one joins, but if people do, then cool. Some people joined, most people didn't. But what it allowed me to do is build and start fresh. So now you might see how my Discord looks now. It's easier to read. It's more efficient, rules wise and stuff. And so because of that restart, it's also a safer place. It's a comfy place. That being said, starting next week, I'm gonna have to start being active in it. But like,
wait, why?
What?
Wait, why? Did I miss something?
What? No, I made an announcement basically being like I'm gonna start being more active in it, and the background.
Oh, is that what that was? I can't read.
Yeah.
I saw the huge YouTube symbol. I'm just like, oh, she's streaming on YouTube. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I'm not streaming there. I'm recording. But
Oh,
The
gotcha,
background
gotcha,
to
gotcha.
that announcement is I I'm getting to the point where having new people come in who are interested in my stuff, who would probably be willing to like be part of the community, but then I'm not in the community, and
But
so
then you're
Yeah.
not in the community.
so it
She's
becomes
not active in her own community.
Oh, I
very
see.
like one-sided, cold thing, and
Yeah.
I'm not at the point yet where I have to have that bubble around me,
Right.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm needing to pop that bubble in order to grow, because I need to actually develop my community now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's not that. This isn't me saying that I'm not going to be around. Like I'm gonna be around now more than ever. But this is
By
me
all means,
saying,
I'm super happy for you. Yeah,
Yeah.
like you definitely deserve it. I think that branching out and getting to know more people is definitely like a way to like not only like broaden your community, but broaden yourself. You know,
Mhm.
sometimes you have to get out of that space where you're comfortable to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
and I'm super happy for you. Yeah.
thank you. And this is something I've said like before. It's been a while since I've actually like said it out loud, but in order to grow at all, you have to like to some degree you have to make yourself uncomfortable. And this isn't me saying, oh, I'm gonna start saying stupid shit online and it to like overload my anxiety, like type shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, it's saying that have those tough conversations with yourself, or to range from like have like you know that friend that you've been wanting to talk about that deep topic.
Be
Fucking
your own friend.
Go ask them.
Yeah.
It's like there's well exactly. It's like I saw this thing from one of my favorite content creators, Jayhawke, and he basically said you should put yourself at a higher standard than you do your friends, and I agree to some extent. But for me personally, I put my friends on the same level I put myself. You know, because I am my own friend.
Yeah.
I am my first friend. I've been there the whole time. You know.
Yes.
So
Yes,
I
Pega,
am
speak the
my
truth.
first best friend. So if I'm putting myself up higher than my friends, to some degree that makes sense. But the reason why I see it, I differentiate the two, is I put my friends at the same level as I do, because I don't have high standards. I have very base standards, baseline.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I expect my from myself. I expect myself to take care of myself. I expect myself to set boundaries with both myself and others.
Mm-hmm.
And I expect that like I'm gonna give myself the respect I think I deserve.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna do the bare minimum for myself. So why is it so weird that I expect my friends to hold themselves to that baseline?
Yeah.
I don't think it's weird.
You know?
No, it's not.
I think that I honestly think that setting yourself up to have friends who have the same standards and level as you is not weird. I think that you have every right to decide like the people who you hang out with better have the same like respect for you as you respect yourself, you know? Like
Yeah.
it took me a while to like realize that, like when I started like being online and having friends online and stuff. I was that type of person where it's like I'll just go with whatever everyone else is going without regarding like how I feel, you know? Like I was the type of I was the people pleaser person. I still feel like till this day I kind of am, you know? And it's like it's something that I still have to learn and still processing. It's like I commend you for like saying that you have the standard of your friends, because I sometimes like I wish I'm just like, damn, I need to hold myself up to that level because I sometimes go too far and think about
Yeah.
others too much and forget about myself. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like
Like,
I see I'm eye to eye with you, but at the same time I wish I could be there with you, if that makes sense.
Pisces.
like
I hate it. It's such a stereotype and I hate it, but it's true. Damn
Yeah.
it.
but it's like I'm not gonna say I don't falter, you know. Like obviously I do. Everyone does, but it's like I like I still worry deeply about people. I still have deep concerns about people, even people that have like thrown me away in one way or another. But I have to be like, I have to. There comes a point where you have to kind of step back and be like, you know what? It's fine to think about for a little while, but does this person actually
Shit about you?
give a shit? Yeah, exactly. Because it's like, like, and that's its own dangerous thing to think about because, people have their own lives type shit. But
Yeah.
it's like, at the end of the day, if it's someone that you haven't talked to for a while, you can send them like a hey message or whatnot, but why would you expend that energy for someone that threw you away? You know, and I'm not talking about like someone that you just stopped talking to for like a while, because that's this whole other thing. I'm specifically talking about people who, you know, like you were once super close to and you just don't talk to anymore for one reason or another. Like there's people that in high school that I used to be super close to I don't talk to anymore. I still worry about them. I still wonder how their day is. But it's to the point now where like I could reach out, but why would I?
Yeah.
Not because I don't want to, but it's like
what's the point? Like we've went over the hump. No one's willing to like move forward from here. One of us has to move on, and it's gonna be me. Yeah, I think that people's different apology languages. Honestly, it's kind of in a sense controversial because like so much people, because of an argument, because of their strong true feelings, will think that there's only one right way. You know, because they're so passionate about how they feel about that certain thing. You know, that there's only one way you have to apologize to me. But people are not like that. They will apologize the way that they feel like is right, you know? Oh God, me and Bernard. Woo. Our apologies are so different from each other. Like when we get in an argument, when we get heated and stuff like that, the type of apology that I would love to accept is I'm sorry for what I did. Like I need to hear you say I'm sorry. And show genuine like remorse. I need to hear it so that you know what you did was wrong, you know?
Yeah.
But Bernard does not speak that.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, he is not that type of person. And it's like, I love him. I love him a lot. And I will never choose anyone else over him, right? But his sorry language is buying me things. And I'm like, you need to save your money. You know what I mean? Like, we are very, like, complete opposite from each other. So it's like, when I want and I'm sorry, he gives me a cheesecake that says sorry. I'm just like, I'll take it. You know what I mean? So it's like, I totally understand. It's just, it's rough, especially when you come from, like, you know, like a very serious situation. And you need that one type of way to say sorry, but they're not giving that to you, you know? You know, when you said, like, the silence thing, it's just like, especially if they want to go and talk to you, even though you're not ready. Oh, I hate that shit.
Yeah.
Especially, like, right after an argument. Like, if we just argued, and you want to come talk after we argue, don't come to me. I'm still mad. Do not call me. like, oh, I would just be all like still crying and still like screaming.
Yeah.
You know?
I tend to get over things like when I'm mad. I mean, and obviously it depends on how mad I get and how, like, I don't know, how bad the situation was, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But I do tend to get over things fairly quickly.
Good.
I do not forgive and forget. I will
Right.
remember,
Mm-hmm.
but I will not hold it over you either.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm telling somebody I'm giving them a second chance, it's a second chance. But my expectations will be higher for you now.
Right. Right.
So,
And I completely like I could totally see like how you feel because like
yeah.
I think that being taken advantage of, especially people who like wrong you all the time, will just build that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like you can't let your guard down like that again. You kind of just have that wall. You know,
Yeah.
and it's just like you have every right for sure. I'm that type of person too, where it's kind of like, you know, you wronged me, but I'm not gonna like hold that against you, kind of thing. Unless I think like it gets really bad for me when it starts affecting other people.
Yeah.
What they did to me, now I see it with what they're doing to other people. That's why I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
you could mess with me all you want. You could abuse me verbally all you want. You touch my friends. That's when it's like, okay, no. I'm not okay
Yeah.
with this.
That's what I was saying earlier. Which the part that I'm saying reciting isn't going to be in. So, I'm gonna have to say it again, pretty much. Well, that's what I was saying earlier with the like, there was like the standards, right? Is
Mhm.
so you have that standard for your. It's like the standard where if someone touches your friends, it's go time. You know.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Well, why don't you have that for yourself? You know.
Exactly. And that's the shit I had to learn too, because like I put so much other people over myself when I was
Mhm.
growing up, and I don't know if that was just like a Pisces thing or whatever, but like it was like innate. Like the moment someone needed me or someone needed like assistance, I was there immediately, and it was like at the time I thought it was like me just being the support character. I'm gonna be there for everyone, and I care about everyone, and this makes me happy, you know. But like over time, as I grew up, it became exhausting. People
Well,
took advantage of me, you know.
yeah, it's a thing of like there's it's natural to want to help people, I think, to some degree, because even the most selfish people I've met, like although they might have a hard time helping people, they still help people one way or another.
Right.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
The issue becomes is like in this like in the I'm gonna sound like a fucking meme. In society, we often like there's often people who take, right?
Right. Yep.
And to some extent, some people need to take more than others, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I can see that.
But the problem becomes is like we're not really teaching. There's not a thing of like, okay, how do I teach my kid how to not burn themselves out helping, you know, or how do I teach my kid how to not become a dickhead because they're being so selfish, you know?
Yeah.
Because like through the lens of like how we were growing up when we raise a kid, and this is my like schooling coming in because I've never raised a fucking kid. What we learn is like how we were raised affects how we raise, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not just it's not just with kids. It's like how I nurture and give affection to my friends is directly can be, it's not directly linked to how I was raised, but it's how I was raised, how other people treated me, how people taught, and so it's like, when I come with this, like, kind of synergy of you can help others and help yourself. Some people kind of like, well, they come at it like, well, I don't want to help others because I've been hurt.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, well, no one's saying you have to be like Dr. Phil and like talk to everyone about their feelings.
Does he help people?
No, he doesn't.
I've never watched the show.
No, he's not a very great person. He lost his license.
No, he's not.
Okay.
But like,
why is he a doctor?
For shorthand, he's not. He's just his show is called that. But
Gotcha.
like, you don't have to be a therapist for every like Jane and Doe, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
Hold up.
you know, like, being there isn't just like being best buddies with everyone. It's also just like
having the hard conversations. Sometimes telling your friend what they need to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it'll be messy, but it'll also be great.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not just that. Sometimes it's literally just like being present.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, there's so many times where simply having friends being present helped me through a day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. That's why I look forward to like seeing you guys on Discord every day. I'm just like, oh my god, I could just be around and be me.
Right.
Same.
You know? Like, go ahead, sorry.
No, I was almost done. It's like, it frustrates me because not everything has to be this big, like, world changing, like, thing. You know? Like,
It'll be complicated, but then if we just push through and, like, you know, be the best version of yourself that you could be, you know, and at the end it's up to them.
That and also allow yourself and your friends the room to fuck up, to stumble.
Yep.
And I say that because if I didn't have the room to stumble, because I've stumbled a lot in the last, like, 25 years.
Okay, so you're 25.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
If I didn't have room, if I didn't have the room to stumble, I would not be the person I am right now.
Right.
Right. Now that's not me saying that, like, you have to give people fucking yards, you know? Like, I wouldn't have given 14-year-old Pega who never did self-reflection and was 25 now, if I met them. Actually, no. If I met him, because he would not have transitioned socially or anything, I would hate him, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was a dickhead.
14-year-old Pega was a dickhead? I would love to meet
Complete dickhead.
them.
Like,
how do I go with pronouns?
I
when it
don't.
comes to the past?
well, see,
I like our Pega now.
like, so, past Pega, I would still use she, her pronouns with. But the specific alternate universe Pega, I use he, him pronouns because that is a different Pega, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I strongly believe that people need to have the room to stumble. And I'm not talking about, like, oh, this person said a slur, so they should be allowed to... No. There's some things you should just have built in, you dick. You know?
Agreed.
What I'm saying is, if someone just doesn't understand a thing, but through, like, a few hours of conversation, they can have it explained to them by a friend, right? And I say by a friend because I know some people will like put them on blast, on like a radio show or like a talk show, and like that's not fair, you know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not talking about like actual real like bigots. I'm talking about some. But
Oh no, like I could say an example. My brother, he was fucking like super like when I came out. Oh my god, it was like. Okay, so me growing up, right? Oh yeah. Oh, even worse. Okay, let's get into it. When I was growing up, my brother was super misogynistic. Okay, super misogynistic. He's done so much better to where he is now. I'm so proud of him. But when he was a child, he was a dickhead, and I hated him.
Yeah.
He at every corner would literally be like, "Hey, Mark, look at that girl." I'm just like, "Okay, what about her? Like, you should go say something to her." I'm like, "No, why? Like, dude, come on, like you just gotta try and this and that and blah blah." Like, I think he knew I was gay.
Mm-hmm.
Like 100%, he knew I was gay.
Maybe
But he was
testing you.
trying to get me out of it, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Oh, he was trying to encourage you, like,
To
be
like
straight?
girls.
Okay.
So like when I would be like just hanging out with my friends and saying certain things, like, "Man, Mark, don't be like a fruitcake, man." Stuff like that. Yeah. Like stuff that would not be like okay now. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
this was like 2008. Okay, so like just put your mindset there and the things that people have said about gay people and stuff like that. Like it really like it sheltered me to the point where I didn't know that like what he was saying to me was homophobic until like I was 20.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it was so internalized. It was so like, oh, it just became me kind of thing. Where it's just like, oh, he's just making fun of me. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize in actuality he, like, you know, like was saying homophobic things. Right. And like when I told him, because like this was like when Trump got elected, okay? He was like, "Mark, what's the big deal? Why are you blah blah blah?" I'm just like, well, yeah. You need to realize that there are people out there that because this happened, their lives are in danger. Because now you are giving a person who is homophobic the power to give other homophobes the power to do anything to them.
Yeah.
Okay? People could literally like die on the streets because of this, you know? And he just didn't get it. Okay.
That's called privilege.
Right, exactly. I'm like, Kuya, I wish I could be a straight man. I really wish I could. But at the same time, no, I don't. Because I love myself. But, like, you need to realize that the choices that, the things that you are saying is not right. Like, you need to change it up. You need to change. Because it's not even just about me. Like, you can call me whatever you want, whatever. But, like, it's about others. It's about the people in my community, you know? They can't have this, you know? It's not fair to them.
That's how you determine if a comedian is good or not.
Right.
If they make fun of, like, another group or whatever, like, if they make those kinds of jokes, they can't actually make any jokes.
Yeah. No, I'm like, yeah.
You don't actually have a sense of humor.
It's a punching down versus punching up.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say is there's a thing of like people often get stuck with like their fear of being labeled as something as opposed to Jay, you're so cute.
Like it's like you didn't have to tell anybody, you know?
Jay, you're adorable.
I didn't, you did.
That's crazy. Who did that?
I just get shy, Pega.
Cute.
I'm shy.
Jay,
I'm shy.
Riu, I called you a presumer.
Presumer?
Because you assumed that Jay had to go pee.
Oh, a presumer?
Oh, did you have to go PJ?
No, I went to go bring my dogs.
Well, I said I also had to go pee, but I actually assumed that you were gonna go pee, so that's why I said I also had to go pee.
Yeah, that's
but I just had to pee, Pega. I just had to pee. Leave me alone.
You're an assumer.
Yeah.
Assumer.
Not the Pasumer.
Assumer of the piss.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like... I think I'm trying to, like, think of... Yeah.
Recollection.
On a lighter note, so obviously y'all know I had pizza. What's your favorite?
Yeah,
type of
you
pizza?
didn't bring them to me.
How dare you?
What's your favorite type of pizza?
I'm a classic pepperoni guy, honestly. But I could have like you know those weird like Alfredo pizzas, like the Alfredo sauce pizzas. I could have that with like grilled chicken and like mushrooms and olives and spinach.
Oh my god! Well, minus the olives. That's one of my favorites.
And bacon. Ooh.
Yeah, bacon is good. I like it with spinach though.
I mean, spinach it's alright. Sometimes it's slimy. That's probably why I don't like it as often. But
see, I have a weird thing with spinach on pizza. I like it, but only on like thicker crust pizza.
Yeah, you do.
You know what it is? I think it's because some places who make spinach pizza, they don't make it correctly. Because, well, for me, what I like to do is I bake the pizza, and as soon as I pull it out of the oven, I put the spinach on top of it. So that way it kind of melts it just a little bit, but still has that crunch. And a lot of people, they stick it in when they bake it. So that's why it gets all slimy. Yeah.
I'm the slime.
Yeah.
Weren't you like addicted to slime at one point, Jay?
I'm still addicted to slime.
Got it.
I just am a broke bitch.
Got it.
But like
I'm the gasp. I'm the gasp with lack of like context.
It's because I thought of something.
What?
Yeah.
What you think about? I'm just thinking about it, girl.
I'm gonna ask for slime for my birthday.
Oh my god. Okay, that's fine.
You're silly.
What kind of slime do you want?
The kind that looks like you can eat it.
Ew.
But I don't eat it, okay? Not anymore.
I mean,
wait, what?
Do you? I ain't gonna judge. Whatever.
Slime eater.
Yeah, I'm totally joking.
Slime eater.
Never tasted slime before.
You.
I remember when that trend came out. It was so weird.
What, eating slime?
No.
Oh my god.
No, when the slime thing like started coming out like as ASMR and shit. I was just like, what am I watching? What's happening on this day?
TikTok lives are so
They're weird, right? Okay, let's talk about it. Cause like I would see some shit. Like I would be like on the toilet, right, on TikTok, and I'd be scrolling, and then like fucking like I'd be seeing some like bitch being like.
Yeah, and like clicking her nails at you.
Like, yeah, like some weird shit. And I'm just like, what is going on? I'm taking a shit.
Like,
it's either that or the people.
Right now.
For some reason, I have shopping lives on my TikTok feed also. And it's always this, like, where they're putting, like, a bunch of gems and stones and, like, crystals and stuff in this giant, like, pot thing that, like, rotates.
Yeah, I know. That's tumbling. Yeah, you're tumbling.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, so
and
like, yeah.
Go ahead, explain it.
Yeah, they basically put a bunch of like materials inside that tumbler, and it makes crystals smooth.
No, it's not that.
No, not that.
No. So they put it in this big bin that has like a rotator inside of it, like a fan that goes around and rotates everything, like mixes it all together, and it's full of rice. So everything is hidden under the rice. You don't know what's in there. And then people buy like 1 scoop, 2 scoops, 3 scoops, whatever. And the people basically like dip a bowl in there, strain the rice out, and see what crystals and gems and whatever they got. Right? I don't know why, but that is all over my TikTok thing.
That's so weird though, because like I know that there is a process where it's like to make gemstones like smooth and stuff, they had to go through a tumbler. They put a bunch of grit in there,
Yeah,
and then they
I'll send
rotate
you an
it for like
example.
48 hours. And then like once it comes out, it's all gray and shit. But you just have to like rinse it off, and then the gemstones become smooth. It's so
Oh,
cool.
you're talking about like the rock cleaners?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
it's
no.
more like it just makes it smooth. Like the whole process just makes it smooth. Yeah.
Oh.
It cleans it in a sense, I guess. But it's like the whole process is that the grit will keep hitting the crystal while it's tumbling for so long. It just eventually becomes smooth.
Oh.
It's pretty cool. I like it a lot. Like I never knew how like gemstones were created, so I thought that was very interesting.
Mm.
I don't know how I got that
Yeah.
side of TikTok.
I
My
mean,
ass having crystals myself.
it's really weird what you like stumble into on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I
It's
learned
like-
more from TikTok than my life.
I was telling Jay the other, I think a few weeks ago, how I was just scrolling on TikTok, and I found these like hoof cleaning videos,
Oh. Mm-hmm.
and like cow hoof, and then I went to their YouTube because on TikTok there's people that just steal content and like they don't give they either give credit or they don't. It's a kind of free for all, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I did find one of the creators of some of the content, and I'm on YouTube, and I watch them all the time now. And like, normally blood and pus and things is like gross, but for some reason there's something so fascinating about watching this person
Clean a cow's hoof. Yeah.
clean and take
Yeah.
care of a cow's hoof.
Ooh, like I love the ones where like when they finally found the abscess and it just spurts out.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
are great.
For me,
I
would,
sent the
like,
live to both you right now. An example of what
Okay.
I was talking about. I just sent
Oh,
it to
God.
both of you.
But for me, the satisfaction I get is watching the cow be able to walk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Walk much
Yeah, I
better.
don't know why. I think it's just like the I'm so glad the cow's happy kind of thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because
I guess.
like, oh, that's loud. Because like
What the? That's interesting.
like I know the cow's going to be fine,
How much do I bet this just gets show up on my feed now? No, I don't
but
want it. No.
it's the same thing of like I guess it's like in a way it's like a feel good thing because I feel better knowing that this cow's been helped.
Yeah, that's why I like watching Dr. Pimple Popper's like surgery videos, not just like the ones where they're cleaning the blackheads, but like actual surgery videos, where like I don't know somebody has like a giant abscess on like their neck or something, and it's like affecting their life. You know,
Yeah.
I like to watch the whole process, and then the happiness of the person afterwards is just like, you know, the cherry on top.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or people rescuing cats, right? Oh my god, that shit makes me cry, man. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like I forget what it was.
I'm all tearing up now.
What the genre? What?
I'm all tearing up now.
Oh. I forget.
But the cat.
I forget what the
Spicy
video
things.
was, but there's this one type of video where I'm trying to remember.
I'm not remembering.
I can't. But I think the whole thing, like the other part of what I was gonna say there is like the whole thing with what I like about some of those videos is I like specifically like the ones where you know it's not like created with the video's not created with intent of like farming views
Mm-hmm.
because like to make you feel good. So I
Right.
think that's why I like the hoof videos because
That
me
takes some
feeling-
hard work, man.
Yeah, and it's like me feeling
It's like
good
a lot of
about
manual
it
labor.
is an
Holy
end
shit.
result, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't like those hyper edited like, oh isn't this so sad? Like oh
Or like the ones that play like I'm coming home,
yeah
coming home. That's the most generic, like fakest shit I've ever seen in my life. Yeah,
Like,
I hate those ones too.
Like, sure, it's sad and all that, and I'm like da da da, but literally, it's made to make me feel sad. So why? Like, I'd rather just go watch something else.
Why am I
Yeah.
feeling this way?
Right?
No, yeah, it makes sense.
It's the same thing with like in the like early days of YouTube, when people would make like content that was to farm anger from people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like trigger an emotion. Yeah, I hate that shit.
It's like I'd rather
Like,
just watch
me?
content, right? I'd rather just watch content that if I feel angry, I feel angry, but it's not, the intended thing isn't to make me feel angry unless it's like something that I should actually be angry about, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I should actually be angry that people are being mistreated. I shouldn't be angry that drama creator number 7 is being overdramatic for the sake of drama, for the sake of clout.
Mm-hmm. Right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
At drama creator number 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a line between like being genuine and being like, like, fake as fuck,
Performative.
Right. And it's
Yeah.
just like, unfortunately, it's a very fine line that people don't understand. Like, just don't, like, yes, turn on your cameras. Yes, do what you gotta do to like make that impact, but don't do too much where it loses its impact. It's, people, they forget sometimes the intent of what they do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No.
But also, like, I also feel like it's specifically important how we talk about people. Because, like, I give the benefit of the doubt to my friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if they say something, I'm like, I know this person well enough to know that they don't mean that. They're just trying to make a point, so they're summarizing,
Mm-hmm.
But if someone was to say something like there's someone came up, joined, say we were in the most easily accessible VC in your Discord, Riu, and someone joined fresh from YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say they came in and started saying, like, I don't know, like, we didn't get the right pronouns, right? And they started, and I can say this because I'm trans, and
Right.
they started getting angry, right? That they were being misgendered. Well, they do have some validity for being angry, because they shouldn't be getting misgendered, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not great for someone, like, say, a second new person that came in, to be like, well, if you're just one of the for lack of better terms, if you're just one of the good transgenders,
I hate it when people say that.
You
shit.
would you would approach it this way,
Mm-hmm.
or you'd be respectful. It's like when I'm
Shut the fuck
respectful.
up.
When I'm
Sit your ass
respectful,
down.
yeah, when I'm talking to you with patience and respect, as you put it, I'm doing that because you don't listen to me when I yell at you.
Yeah.
As you
don't
should, Pega.
listen to me when we shout at you when we're angry, because you just write us off as another angry trans person.
Mm-hmm.
Or another, in my case, this has happened before, another angry autistic person.
Mm-hmm.
Because someone on Twitter, way back when, one of my first sponsors, tried to use autism against me. And we made up, but I wanted nothing to do with that sponsorship afterwards.
Right.
But it's like the same thing with Uriel. Is like you shouldn't have to, like, Uriel and UJ. It's like, if I give you like that patience and quote unquote respect, as you put it, to help you see it, that's because you're my friend.
Yep, because I care about you.
Right. But don't do the whole like you're a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Because then I don't want anything, like, then I'm starting to think I don't want anything to do with you.
Yeah.
You have to give people the chance. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, people are just like, oh my god, I'm all about like giving everyone the chance, you know? So it's just people are just like, you're one of the good ones. I'm like, no, stop that. I don't like that. Don't say that.
Yeah.
You know, because you're just like separating us in two groups:
Yeah.
the good ones and the bad ones.
One of my favorite quotes.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite quotes is from that is from Trevor Noah. I almost said Trevor Noah, and he said, this is in context of something that happened in France where someone who wasn't French saved a French baby from falling from before they fell from a balcony.
Mm-hmm.
He basically said what we're trying to stop is labeling people as the good ones or the bad ones, and they're just people.
Mm-hmm.
That's to summarize, because in y'all's story, I might be the good person. In someone else's story, I might be the bad person.
Mm-hmm.
I might not have done nothing to that person, but I might be the bad person.
Yeah.
I can't handle that. I can't, control that. That's what I'm saying. But
yeah.
The important bit is how we move forward. You know?
Mm-hmm.
From not seeing that short-sighted version of there are good and bad ones. You know,
Yeah.
I think it's very small-minded to think that way.
Yeah.
You need to broaden your horizons. Give people the chance.
Morality is a very human concept.
Thinking that people can't change is very small. I don't think ever in your life you're ever done that.
I think some people can't change.
Yeah.
But there are also people that I wouldn't even interact with in the slightest.
Yeah.
True. So, be hopeful-minded, but at the same time, know your limits.
Mm-hmm.
Know when to stand up for yourself and know when not to.
Yeah.
It's just... it's a bad world!
I feel like all of that also ties into the whole people begging or demanding to be educated, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not my job to educate you, it's your job to educate yourself, because there's too many resources for somebody to not educate themselves.
Yeah,
you know, having a conversation one time with a friend, and they're a very close friend, and a lot of times I've corrected this friend before on certain misogynistic things,
Mm-hmm.
and they usually just fix it right away, apologize, and then it's done, it's over, right? But we had this one time where they were calling people female, women females.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, can you stop? And they were like, why? What's the issue? And I tried to explain it a little bit, and then eventually I got frustrated with explaining it, that I was just like, I'm not explaining it anymore. Look it up yourself. And immediately after we got out of that conversation, which I don't know if they looked it up or not, because I got iced out. So,
right.
immediately after that conversation ended, all I typed in was why you shouldn't call women females. And before I was even done typing females out, it popped up. I clicked on it, clicked the first link. It had a very short but to the point article about why it's offensive. And I was just like, that's how easy it was.
Look it up. Easy peasy, right?
Like, I literally just had to look it up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's free.
The only thing I say with, the only issue with, that it comes to, I would never say I'm, it's not my job to educate you on, for, say, people who don't have for example, in the indigenous community, right? Or not the indigenous community, the autistic community, there's a lot of not great, internal stuff towards autistic people of color.
Mm-hmm.
I would never say that in regards to those issues to someone who was talking about those things,
Mm-hmm.
Negatively. I know that's not what you're saying, but because even though, yes, I am trans, I am still white.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Despite everything, I am still white. So what that means is, for those people, if I'm in the know, I will do my best to educate. If I don't know, I'll say, you know what, I'm not the person you should talk to. You're gonna have to get your own, get educated at your own means,
Mm-hmm.
Because there's also a thing of I don't want to talk on my ass about things that I'm not educated on.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But that's a whole nother issue. Because I see a lot of people talking out their ass about things that they don't know. A lot of people.
Oh yeah. I am guilty of that. Sometimes. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just me, but sometimes when people ask me for advice, I'm like, oh my god, someone's talking about things. Let me chat, and then I just forget what I'm talking about. I'm just like, did I just say that? Is that factual? After that whole conversation, I'll look on Google. Is this what I said true?
Noted.
No shit.
Noted.
Okay, hold on. Let me just text him real quick.
Fact check Riu at all costs. Got it?
I already do. There's been times when me and Riu have been in the middle of a serious conversation, and he says something, and I'm like, Riu, don't say that.
I remember. I vaguely remember those certain situations, but at the same time, I choose not to.
It's also the thing of sometimes when I call you out, it's big things, but most of the times when I call you out, it's little things you already know. You're just
forgetful.
Yeah. So it's I don't have to go. Why would I go into the big spiel when you already know, and I know you know? That's not fair. Right?
Or you can entertain me.
I mean, sometimes you zone out, and then you'll be like, "Wait, what are we talking about?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Bitch."
Yeah. What? That's crazy. I have to use the restroom.
I have to pee too.
But it's also a thing of I know I fuck up. I don't routinely fuck up because that's a whole other thing. But I know I do fuck up. I'm not infallible. No one is. But the important bit is you're not. It's when you think. I've said this again, and I'll say this again, and I'll say it again and again and again. It's when you think you're done growing. when you immediately have the most growing to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, it's why I always say it's like, I don't know if anything's permanent. I would like to be things static for a long time. Like, I would like it to be as if it were 20, 30 years ago, in the sense of like, for at least 10 years I can guarantee a job, and like, you know. But that's not the environment we live in right now, and my nose is whistling again. It's frustrating hearing people talk, like, oh, we need to go back to the way things were. It's like,
oh God, no.
Who was that good for?
Yeah, what the heck?
Like, even you.
I'm all for change. Like, I am so down to hear people's opinions and like learn from other people's experiences. Like, I love that shit. You know,
like,
it's when like they start to think that their experiences are the only way that things have to happen. That's when I'm not okay with it. It's like, dude, relax. People need to live how they live. You know, like people are just as valid as they are. You are. You know, it's just like people need to realize that people are different. They have different lives. You know, you can't just invalidate someone else's lives just because your life is different.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and I think what like annoys me is like, I'm not saying that we need to go lightning speed progress, because if we go too fast, then the not great people are gonna try to tear us back.
I'm the whiplash.
Yeah, but it's like, and I'm not saying that like, sure, you know, I would like to be able to afford a house if I got a job once I'm done with college. You know, that would be cool. Probably never gonna happen. I'd like to make enough money from a job where I don't need to work another job and have a side hustle. You know, that type of shit.
Yeah. But that's rough. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, like, there's some people, actually, that they make 6 figures and they still need, like, extra stuff to support themselves because of the area they live in.
Yeah.
Sucks. I feel that. I got lucky, like, with my parents and stuff. Hey, Siri, set a timer for 15 minutes. Sorry, I just took my COVID test. I needed to take it before I went to bed because, yeah. Medical devices are fun. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, when my parents came out here from America, they fucking had to work 2 part-time jobs that were basically full-time jobs. You know how that is, right? Like, it's supposed to be part-time, right? You're only supposed to work a certain amount of hours, but they work a full, like, 40 hours. So they would be working, like, 2 part-time jobs that are actually full-time and still have 2 kids, and it's like, holy crap, that's a way to live, huh?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how they did that. And, like, they made it so that when I grow up and when I get a job and stuff like that, that they would never have to watch me, like, experience that ever. Yeah. You know, they set up where they put all of their kids, like all my brothers and my brother and sister, like, we made it out kind of thing. They made sure that we did. And it's like, I appreciate them so much for that, because, like, seeing other people, like, struggle and not have the support that other people have. I'm very privileged, you know, and, like, I feel like some people aren't, and, like, I feel like, in a sense, that's why it's my duty to, like, help others. You know what I mean? I think that, like, that on my Twitch, it even says, like, making sure that people are happy is my number 1 priority. I think that's what it says, something like that. And it's like, I think till this day I still keep it true, because I feel like I would like to say it is sympathy, which is kind of a bad thing, because sympathy is kind of like but it's like, I'm at a position where I could help people, so I'm gonna do it, you know, because I'm not in as fortunate a situation as other people, you know. So I feel like it's only appropriate to give back when I can. And if entertainment, making people smile is the way to go, then I'm gonna do it. I remember when Bernard started like popping off and stuff, they were just saying like, "Oh my gosh, you're like the first gay couple like no one hates and stuff like that." I'm like, in my head, I'm like, "Oh, I appreciate you and stuff like that," but I'm also like, "Damn, that kind of sucks that you're in a position where you can't feel like you can't love a person because of your sexual orientation." Sexual orientation, is that right?
Yeah.
Yes. And it's just like, you know what? I'm gonna keep making content for you, just that you could have someone to look up to, you know.
Yeah.
And it's feelings, influencer things.
Yeah, that's why I feel like a lot of content creators who are genuinely themselves those are the ones that like get more people, like actual quality people instead of just a number.
Right.
Like you actually build a community and not just a following, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that.
Like, I strongly feel that, and I will always feel like this way. If a community is really a community, people should be able to do, like, at least online, people should be able to do things within the community and function within the community, and grow and not just like in numbers, but like literally grow, and be nurtured as people, because that's how community is supposed to work. You know, like it's not supposed to be this like weird thing where everyone's gathering. Like, this is why I keep thinking I need to change the name of my Discord, because the way it's named now is like, it feels that like, oh, everyone's gathering around for me, which to an extent, yeah, everyone, like, that might be the initial reason why, but I'd like people to gather because they feel comfortable, because they like the people there, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I have friends in the Discord, in other Discords, or in the other Discord, in this Discord, where, this Discord, you know what I mean, the Bonobo, where, so it's like, I feel like I'm part of a community. It doesn't feel like Ryu's Discord. It doesn't feel like the other Discord. It doesn't feel like Keffel's Discord, even though it is. It feels like I'm there for the people that I've made connections with, and not...
Yeah. Feels like us.
Yeah. And like, to some extent, eventually, yes, there might
We're
be
gonna make
that...
Riu cry.
Yeah, no. Eventually, there might be that, like, separation of, like... There might be that separation where we're all hanging out, but because we're, like... Let's say a year down the road, right? We all blew up. There might be that separation then of like, okay, we can't just let anyone in now. Like, they have to, like, there has, you know? We might make that fortress, that castle of around. But that's not then. That's not now. That's then, you know? Because that really does suck. I know for some creators they have an issue with that because they want to be a part of their own community in a bigger way than just like going live or like in the comments. But like, I don't know. I like where I am right now, and I like the trajectory that I'm going, and I like the friends I have. So. I said a lot of words, and I feel like I'm kind of self-conscious of how many words I just said.
You didn't say that many.
Oh, you're fine. I just think that it's funny, when I started my Twitch journey, it's like, it was literally because like, oh, I'm just playing video games anyways, might as well stream it. I don't really care who watches, just for me, you know, because sometimes funny things happen and I like to rewatch it, you know. And I have this memory thing where I was literally telling Jay like earlier, I was just kind of like dude, you could ask me what I did last week, and I won't remember shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I'm just like, sometimes watching my streams back and seeing what I did really takes it gives me a moment, and I'm just kind of like, wow, I really said that. Okay, maybe I need to like chill out and like tone down for a bit, or I'm just like, holy fuck, that's so fucking funny, I want to do this again, right?
Yeah.
You know? And like, that initial intent was just for me to like just reevaluate myself, you know? And then people started watching, people started coming over, my community started getting bigger, and I was just like, how did this happen? Next thing you know, I have a full-blown community that like I care about and I love, because it's a bunch of people who are just like me, and like, you know, like we all have this, like different stories and stuff like that, but we're all here together somehow in one place supporting each other.
Yeah.
I think that's so cool, you know? And if you asked me like 3 years ago, like, would I, like, if I were to get at this point, I would probably be like, no. You know? Oh, life's crazy.
Yeah. Turning moments into memories. That's what it is.
That's why I kind of started also making my archive channel too. Like, I have my Riu Erebus, shameless plug-in, Riverbus, if you want to look it up. It's literally just my channel of me, like, putting up all my VODs, regardless of, like, copyright and stuff like that. Like, I don't really care. Like, it's literally just there, just that I could rewatch things that have happened already, stuff like that.
How does it feel to inadvertently know you have yet another channel?
I'm stressed.
Like, it's different because I'm the one editing, but...
Oh, right. Yeah, this one. Fuck. Right. Podcast. I thought you were talking about Riverbus. Oh, no. It's gonna be interesting. I'm excited for it because I love talking to you guys, and I love how we're always like on the same page. I know that if I said something wrong, you guys would tell me that too. So it's like, I love you guys. I think, like, when it comes down to it, I'm excited to like wake up every day and talk to you guys.
Same.
You know? And it's like, regardless of how much like things change and like people change and stuff like that, like we're always gonna be around, kind of thing. Like, it generally is, I'm just a message. Like, you know how people say, like, oh yeah, just message me and I'll get back to you. No, this is literally like, just message me and I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like,
yeah.
Well, at least for us three. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I try to message everybody, like, as soon as I see the message. Unless I'm, like, I don't know, busy doing something. But majority of the time, if I'm busy doing something, it's because, you know, I just didn't... I don't see your message because I'm busy doing something.
Yeah, I respond when I can respond.
Yeah, same.
So, like, some people, like, I learned that from my one professor, because what she found was happening when she first became a professor, she'd see it and she'd be like, okay, now I have to respond. What she was doing is she was setting herself up for failure inadvertently, because what she realized is the minute she couldn't do that, other people took it personally.
Right.
Like, why aren't you responding? I need a response now. It's like, I'm sick or da-da-da, you know? So what I learned is, if I see it and I respond, okay, cool. If I see it and I'm busy in the moment, I don't close it. Like, if I see a DM from you, Jay, I don't close it. I put it up. If it's on my computer, I'll leave it up. I go do the thing I need to do. I come back, and then I respond. If it took an hour, it took 2 hours, it took 3 hours, it doesn't matter, because I needed to respond. And sure, if it's like urgent, I'm not going to do that, you know? But if it's like, hey, do you want to play a game? Like, one person said, hey, do you want to play Phasmo with me? And I said, you know, like, I'm kind of swamped right now, maybe another time. They haven't responded, but I took a day to respond to that. Because I was busy at the time. And so it's not so much like, it's not so much as it might be thought of as making time like setting up expectations, it's more so because it is, but it's also giving you space to actually think about what you want to say in the future. So if a week down the line, Riu messages me something, and it's kind of a convoluted thing, he knows that something's not messed up, something's not, I'm me taking my time isn't a bad thing, because sometimes I take my time.
Yeah.
So it's giving myself, future me, that space.
Mm-hmm.
In other people's heads.
I remember I used to be like that too. I used to like, someone DMs me about a problem. I'm like, you know what? I'm here for you. Let me bring out my tissues. Let me call you right now. Like, I was just like on it, right? And then like people just kind of expected that from me, like what you said. And then I kind of like got exhausted. I was like so tired, like being super active with people and stuff like that. And it's like there would be a point where I'd be consistently checking Discord like every 10 minutes because I just would never know if someone were to like message me about something that I could help with, you know? And it's like, at one point, I think that's like when I started to get burned out, and I was just like, I think I'm gonna take a break from the Discord.
Yeah.
Like, I just need a sec, you know? And
That's because you're a giver. And you had to learn when to stop giving.
Yeah. I think that was the problem. It's like, like I said, like with my background and stuff, like I just want to make sure that everyone's okay.
I am also a giver.
It's hard.
Wink, wink.
Dynamic, oh god. But yeah, I just think that I think you're right. Like Pega should start like, well, at least for me, I started kind of doing it. Like I started like not responding to people right away, unless they say like, "Hey, I need to talk to you." Like if they use those specific words and I happen to see it, I'm just like, okay, gotta go. I gotta do the thing. You know what I mean? But other than that, like I'm just kind of like, I will get to you when I get to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of the, like y'all probably know this by now, or you probably like clued in, even if you might not have totally realized it. It's like everything I do, or nearly everything I do, not everything, but nearly everything I do, in some way, shape, helps future me. Right?
Yeah.
So that way I can be there in the moment. You know? So I can be present.
Right. I'm negative, hiya!
Yay! It's why, like, I'm, like, I know me and Riu, I've talked a lot to you about how I would want one day to have, like, a stream team, right?
Yeah.
Like, and like, a stream network.
Yeah.
And, like, because it's not great because, in some ways, because when it comes from the rise and grind culture of like, gotta keep going, but it's kind of healthy because it's like, okay, even if I fall, right, even if I stumble and fall and like I'm incapable of doing anything, I have a nice warm blanket to fall into. Not cement.
Yeah.
You know? So like,
yeah,
because I'm able to be in the present, right?
Yeah.
Like, when I say I want to bring people with me, it's not I'm not joking. It's why I don't say it very often.
I wish like there are times where I think about it too. I'm just like, damn, imagine if we were like at that point where OTVs, all they have to do is just like go out and stream, and they're good. You know,
Like
I would love to just get there and get to that point, but it's like that's the good time,
right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's
live it
like,
out a little bit, you know.
it's like sometimes I get frustrated with myself because I know that if I had done YouTube the right way from the get-go and kept going, I would have been, I could have been something big, because I started, when I started, I remember subscribing to Jacksepticeye before he had 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
I remember, like, leaving a comment on fucking Tom Syndicate's Minecraft videos and getting directly responded because he had under 1 million.
Yeah.
Like, I remember before 1 million was even a thing, when someone hit 1 million, everyone was like,
Yeah. And you get like a surge of fucking visibility and shit like that. Good times.
You know, it's like, it's still a big deal to hit 1 million, but it's not like the same.
Right.
I remember, like, it kind of hurts because I'm able to be consistent now, but I wish I was consistent back then.
Yeah. I feel that. But that's the thing, that when we were younger and we don't have that mindset for the future and we're always thinking about the now, like that's the like the worst time to focus on yourself, because you're so focused on others and what others think about you. You know? Fucking insecure ass when I was younger. Well, go back in time and the shit out of them. Like, it's like when you're a kid, when you're in high school and younger, you're just kind of like, oh, but what will my friends think? This and this and that. But I don't want to do that right now. I was like, oh, I wish you did.
Yeah.
You would have done.
I was just telling my husband the other day, I wish I had gotten into more fights.
I
was like, what are the consequences? What would be the consequences for me now as an adult? Nothing.
Yeah.
Like, nothing.
Like,
I wish I had beat her ass.
Oh my god.
I wish. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I knew I was trans. I've been known that I was trans for a while. Like, I've known, and so it sucks knowing now that like sure, it might not have all been great, but I'm just imagining if I had come out back then. If I had come out back then imagine like the trajectory with a YouTube career, you know?
Yep.
Like, I know for a fact, because of when I was uploading Minecraft videos, because they're still on my channel. Because when I was uploading Minecraft videos, if I had gone along with that, right? Then, like, I think my point is, there's so many firsts that you let go by being scared of just doing, because maybe I would have been the first trans Minecraft person.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, maybe I would have been the first trans autistic Minecraft person. That's long gone now. You know,
I mean, it's unfortunate that like things could have happened, right? I think that, you know, where we are now, to be honest, I wouldn't have it any other way. I think it's great that I grew the way I did. It's great that I started the way I started. You know, we may have lost friends here and there, but it's like, I'm so glad I have what I have now. And when I was a kid, or like not a kid, but like when I was starting this, like I'm glad that that person decided, hey, maybe I should start streaming. That's where it starts, you know? Like, that's honestly, that's kind of like where my life personally started. Because when I met Bernard, it was just like, oh, I have to do everything for Bernard. You know? Sometimes I forgot about myself too. And it's just like, it didn't take until like I started streaming like a few years ago, like because Bernard noticed I was kind of like not me, right? And he was just like,
Mm-hmm.
"Well, what do you like to do?" I'm like, "I like to play video games." Like, okay, well, what can you do with video games that will make you happy? I'm just like, well, I guess I could stream, but like, like there's no really point. Like, no one's gonna watch me. He's just like, no, don't have that mentality. You
Mm-hmm.
stream because you want to. That's the
Yeah.
whole point.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started, and it was just like, I found a sense of purpose. I found a sense of me.
Mm-hmm.
And there were times where I didn't have to worry about Bernard. He could take care of himself. You know what I mean? And now, like, I'm able to take care of myself and be fine. And it's just like, ah, life, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy out here.
It's give and take, and
Yeah.
it's a balance.
Mm-hmm.
I also think another part of it is like using that like coulda, woulda, shoulda logic. And instead of dwelling on it like, oh, it would have been nice if I did this. Oh well, it's gone now.
Mm-hmm.
Is not only like pursuing that in spite of like knowing that if you started earlier you would have been better off, but also recognizing that, okay, instead of saying oh me oh my, like, and getting into my feelings about what could have happened, because that's gone, like that potential Pega is gone, is recognizing that what trajectory can I go now that I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important step, because it's easy once you get over that hump. It's really easy, but that's honestly, I'm still struggling with that. That's the hardest hump to get over in terms of the coulda, woulda, shoulda. And like that's a big trans thing, is like feeling like you miss so much of your life, because if you're effectively having like like for me it feels like I'm being myself late.
Yeah.
Like
You're finally the full version of you.
Yeah. I feel like I'm doing all that late, and it sucks.
Love that for you, Pega.
Thanks. It sucks, but it's only so okay for me to dwell in that for so long, and sure, I can take as much time as I want, but it's only so okay for so long, because at some point, what am I going to do with that?
Yeah, you gotta live in the now.
Yeah, and
this is what it is now.
That's why
if you dwell on the past too much, then you miss out on your present even more.
I heard from very famous drag queens, if you have a foot in the past and a foot in the future, you're pissing on today.
Yep.
One of my
Katya, Trixie, just like that.
One of my favorite things, it's like the sun. You're stopping so focused on the sunset. You're missing sunrises.
Dude, sunrises look lovely. But outside, when I'm gaming, I see the sunrise. I'm like, shit, I stayed up too late, but damn, look at this view.
But you know what I mean.
I got the sunset and the sunrise.
Wait, is that
Let's
birds
go.
chirping? Oh shit!
Oh fuck! I fucked up. Oh man.
You know what I mean, though, right? Like.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Yeah. Sorry, I always non sequitur. I apologize.
No, you're fine. It's funny. Like.
Damn, those were the days. Immature, young, didn't focus on the future. Only cared about others and what they think of us. Hate that about me.
Well, then that's another thing. Is like. It's not like we have to stop caring about others. It's just we have to stop letting people's opinions shape us. to the point where it's the only thing shaping us.
Yeah.
Because people can still, we can still learn and grow through the help of others, but it also has to be us who helps do the shaping, because if it's only other people doing the shaping, then that's not growth.
Use yourself.
That's
You're just molding yourself to what they want.
Yeah, exactly. I'm guilty of that, because, all I thought was other people. You know?
Shame.
Shame on me. Shame on my cow.
Just honor on you. Just honor on your cow.
You have cows, I'm hungry.
I feel like...
I'm sorry, vegans. You're valid.
I'm going to say... Oh, my God. I'm going to say this now, because, we're getting close to the end run time. I'm going to say this now, as the first episode. If this podcast gets anywhere... Podcast 100. We should meet up at a restaurant.
Wait, like us three? Us three in a restaurant?
Yeah, before or after a recording. We should, for Podcast 100, we should meet up and have dinner. Just the three of us.
Aw, I think that'd be cute.
If it gets anywhere.
I called the filet mignon in your pain.
If it doesn't go anywhere, we can sum me up, but we'll get McDonald's.
Hell yeah! Give me a chicken and a large fry.
I'm broke.
You know that song? Let's go on a cheap date.
And you know what we'll do? Because if it doesn't go anywhere, I won't be able to afford... we won't be able to afford multiple plane tickets. I'll fly to Texas, and then we'll road trip to you, Riu.
Oh my god.
I'll just fly to Texas. Fuck that shit. Fuck that, Dad. Because who's driving?
Yeah, but
DJ.
But that...
I can drive.
That's still... You have to remember, that's still...
so far.
That's still two plane tickets.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good answer.
I mean, it would be a lot cheaper to just take a plane ride at that point, though, because, gas.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but then what I'm saying is I'd have to fly to one of you.
And the other one has to come.
Yeah, so if we're doing 2 plane tickets, do we have the money for 2 plane tickets? Back and forth?
Girl, I have
That's
a
not
condo.
2, that's 4.
I got a condo to pay for. I could barely pay for TwitchCon this year.
I have a mortgage, guys. And I don't have a job.
I'm disabled.
It's like,
I'm just a homemaker. We don't make actual money.
My body doesn't function properly.
I have money, but it's not that much money.
I have inheritance.
That's good.
That's nice.
Oh,
not
that's... I mean, it sucks because it comes with the baggage of, someone not being here.
Right.
But, I mean, I can afford stuff, I guess.
Inside the trauma. Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's like a large fry-sized trauma, but anyways. So, it brings me to a thing is I don't want anyone watching this podcast coming away thinking that we think we know what we're doing.
Oh no! By all means, we have no idea what we're doing. I'm just gay.
Yeah,
I'm just here.
We're
Jay's just here to be here.
We're figuring this out on the fly.
Oh yeah.
It's been 25
Some things
years.
Where I say, and I hope you judge. I hope you do. Actually, I expect it.
Obviously, if you're about to just come in and say, "Oh, I hate this," the whole thing is shit. It's okay, fuck you too.
But, I hope you do.
if you have genuine I mean, if you do think it's shit, then I probably will listen anyways. But any criticism's welcome. Like
constructive criticism.
Yeah, I mean, even not constructive criticism can be helpful sometimes.
Being asked to me,
like, I told like.
Isn't that the point of constructive criticism? It's helpful.
Yeah, but what I mean is like.
So.
But for me, what I mean is like, there's been times when Riu showed me a video and I'm like, Riu, this isn't very good.
When? Hold on.
One of your first videos, you're like, isn't this so funny? I'm like, no, it's not.
When? I don't remember this. I would have taken that personally. Excuse you.
Yeah, I know you did. I spent an hour like telling you like that. I'm just telling you how I feel. Like I'm not.
I don't remember this. When did this happen?
Blocked it out. Maybe you trauma blocked
Probably.
it out.
I was so traumatized from like your comment. God. I probably just blocked it out. Yeah.
Because you literally
all my content is so funny. I know what you mean.
You literally told me. Oh my god. You literally. I appreciate the confidence, but you told me afterwards that like you didn't so much like the comment, but you appreciated it because some people just saw you how happy you were about the thing and like and just said yeah, it's good. But like I actually was like no.
He's still focused on the video.
But honestly, the only one that I probably like got really really like sad about was like when Rain and I we squashed already. We're good, Rain. Okay, we're good. But when Rain said that my sponsorship was like a joke. That's the one I remember. I'm just like, but it's not. This is a real sponsorship. And he was like, oh, it kind of looks like you're just like joking about it. I'm just like, excuse me? And then like I went like a whole falling out with him and stuff like that. But we talked it out the same day. We're good now. But like, I think that's the only one I remember. I don't remember anything else unless like
this was like
trauma
a while ago. Like, it wasn't like.
Was it like a Valorant video?
I don't remember, Riu. I don't have a great memory.
It has to be because like the only TFT video was like recently.
I
don't think you commented on that one.
I think she said it was one of your first videos.
First ones.
Yeah, so
was
like
it DVD?
Old, maybe Among Us or DVD. Or...
Maybe. I just remember telling you I didn't find it funny, and you were like, "Oh." Because my thing is, sometimes, like, if I have actually something constructive to say, then I'll say it. But if something just sucks, I'm not gonna try to write you like a small essay if it just sucks, if it's just bad, you know. Like if I find it funny, I'm generally gonna be like, I laughed my ass off, you know.
Yeah.
But if I didn't even. Like, if I just snickered, I'm gonna be like, it was kind of funny. It's not your bad.
Oh, was it the part where you were asking how to walk slower? I was just like, you slow down.
No. That video was funny. See, this is the struggle. Is because
like, I'm watching, like, old videos and stuff, and I'm just like, damn. This low-key kind
now
of
he's
like...
gonna be hyper-focused on that.
Yeah, I know he is.
Yeah.
So why
sucks because I'm insecure.
You're insecure. Don't know what for.
God. Outro. How do you do this?
I don't particularly know because like I know some people do like a whole like where you can find us thing. But, like, we won't be on Spotify for a few episodes.
Yeah.
Because, one, A, I have to set that shit up, but B, like...
This is the outro. Is the outro.
My God.
I was supposed to write a song, like, ages ago. It just never happened. This is the outro.
Oh, my God.
I'm dusty now. I haven't played my Yuki in so long. Oh my god.
He's dusty.
It's dusty.
So, I'm sorry, folks, for not having a proper outro.
I'm not sorry.
Okay,
I am. What you get? Hiya.
So, because I don't even have the YouTube channel set up yet.
God, it'll be interesting. Anyways, have a great day. Drink water. Take care of yourself.
Hold on.
God, there we go.
If you haven't yet, because if you haven't yet, you're a dork. Drunk water, you're a dork. If you haven't eaten, you're a dork.
I'm the drunk water.
Shut up. If you haven't slept yet, what the fuck are you? This is recorded. This is pre-recorded. Why are you listening to us ramble on about stuff when you should be sleeping? Bitch, press pause. Why haven't you pressed pause yet? Press pause and go sleep.
Hey, why would they press pause if this is the end?
Because they haven't slept. They stayed up to this far. They can I don't know, edge themselves to listen to the rest.
The edge.
If you haven't slept yet, go the fuck to sleep after. I guess after you watch it. Drink water. Eat something. If you haven't showered, well, you probably smell. Yeah. Wash your ass. Oh, also,
please buy a bidet.
Please, if you
your
smell
butt
bad,
health is important.
If you smell bad after you have a shower, go to the doctor. If you feel sick, go to the doctor. If it costs you money to go to the doctor, I'm sorry, but go to a free clinic.
Oh, that's a thing. I forgot about that.
If you like need actual like life advice, why are you here?
Why are you here? Of all places, don't be. This is not the place to be.
If you need to talk to someone, well, go hit up your friend or something, and if you don't have a good enough friend, well, there are crisis lines you can call.
And you can hit up my DMs, but I'll only read them when I have time. So, boundaries. Am I right? Okay, boundaries.
Use the crisis lines.
I'm the crisis. Hiya.
Hi,
and welcome to my TED Talk.
And after all of that, if there's some reason you can't sleep, well, just do your best to take care of yourself, please, because you matter, and you.
That's gay.
What if they're straight?
Well, they have to deal with it. Privilege.
But what if they're trans and straight?
Oh damn! Now you're just getting confusing. Hold up, that's a whole other episode. Jesus Christ, you can be trans and straight? What is this?
Episode 2, Gender Boogaloo.
Boogaloo.
I am the Boogaloo.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening.
Have a good day.
Use your common sense and take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
Or don't. I can't tell you what to do.
I mean, we could, but yeah. Jay, do you want to say something?
What they said. Bye.
Bye. Have a good time.
Have a good time.
Bye.